Okay, so you're asking me how I feel after October 4th happened. Well, I left my phone at home. I kind of felt also not a mad, but the a little bit of betrayal of like the New Age community, the truthers, the light workers, that so many people projected so much fear. And I knew for sure nothing fearful is going to happen, but I had to keep doing what you said over and over, going, okay, what's the worst case scenario? What I could feel the collective, and it was really intense. And when it was over, then I was like just glad it was over. But I also
why
had.
did you take yourself down that road? Because we
I
were
don't
going to
know.
take a sentence that you said, and it's not true. You said you knew for sure there was nothing to fear. You did not.
Right, that's what I was telling you. I only had 2 more days. Like, I knew logically there's nothing to fear for this and whatever, but I could feel this emotion that kept coming up, going, oh my gosh, I'm afraid something bad's going to happen.
Yes, yes. So, what has this taught you about taking on other people's realities?
Well, they're all full of it. And they have nothing to do with creating my reality. And as far as whether they're New Age truth or whether there's someone I feel is great and groovy or not, it doesn't matter. Every single thing that's something outside of my reality, and what I project as my reality is different than all of them and nothing to do with them.
Exactly. So there is a big awakening here, or there is a big learning, in the sense that information can be interesting sometimes, but if someone is not sharing a solution to a problem, then they are not welcome in your reality, so to speak, in the sense that they are pulling your energy to try to create their version of reality. And this is how circumstances evolve, if you like, or grow, or become matter. So it is a very interesting experience to see that it isn't a certain type of person that creates a negative agenda. It is your belief in it that can create a negativity in your reality, even when you're not seeing anything that they've talked about.
Right, because it cleared out all the fear-based healers. It cleared out all the truths. It cleared out that energy for many. But as far as like on a personal thing, it really points out that, yeah, it doesn't matter if they're New Age, doesn't matter if they're government, it doesn't matter if they're best friends, doesn't matter who they are. Their belief has nothing to do with me and what I create and what I buy into.
They really cannot.
But even though I did your exercise of feeling the worst case scenario, I still kept going back into it, going, oh my God, what if, what if, what if?
Because you are addicted to that type of energy.
Doom?
Because it's so familiar.
Doom or what?
Yes, this false, cataclysmic, apocalypse energy.
Or fear of getting it wrong?
You have a draw towards that, which is understandable. Because it seems exciting, as we were discussing the difference between fear and excitement. There seems to be an excitement in that type of fear.
Right. And like
also a familiar energy that has been used throughout this agenda that's playing out, so that people can connect to it easily, even if they don't want to, because they're so used to this type of energy.
Well, it's like
because most of your government propaganda has given you these same types of outcomes and these same types of manipulations, that it's so easy to believe.
And it's like a draw to Armageddon, or like a fear of Armageddon that's not going to happen. Like, okay, here we go.
Yes, there is that excitement to it. But if you can imagine yourself making up a crazy story and sharing it with the population, what good would it do if there was not going to be a positive outcome to it, if you understand what we are say.
Right, and I did know it was positive, and logic said it's positive, and also if they're going to do anything negative, they're not going to tell you they're going to do it. I mean, I completely saw through it logically, but I had this thing in my field that kept going, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. It was like it wasn't even me.
Because there is still a fragment of belief in the they. So there's still a belief in authority.
Right.
There's still a belief in this idea of a war going on where there is no war going on.
So it was kind of like an energetic test point.
Yes.
And why was it so important for you to interact with me about it?
Because we recognized a familiar pattern within you that impacts on a lot of the days in your life, that they might have different circumstances or different situations, but you still go towards that attraction to negativity.
Right. So see, if I see one video on it, I go, oh, okay. I see another on it.
Yeah.
So then I start buying into it in my frequency.
Yes, exactly. Yes.
And they've completely created that. Whether it's about apples or Armageddon, I'm letting them create my belief on it instead of independently creating my belief.
Give your power over to someone because
Right.
maybe you liked a couple of things that they said. You do tend to disempower your own knowing because they got a few things right before, in the sense that you can listen to, just for instance, a really cool channeling by Cryon, and he might say something that before he said it you didn't believe was a possibility, but now you do. And this might not actually serve you. This might not actually be resonating with you. But you force yourself into believing it. Do you understand what we are saying?
Right.
Just because he's a channel, for instance, you can second guess yourself because he might say something different than you knew to be or believed to be true.
Well, it's about discerning every single thing to go, what do I believe?
Yes, your belief in it is the only thing that can make it a reality.
And you're using October 4th as an example of how these kind of fear-based things can seduce me.
Yes, the perfect example, yes. Yes, thank you for sharing.
Okay, and so in that